Okay, so I'm dating coach Hayley Quinn, and I am back with my How to Enjoy Being Single webinar session, which sounds counterintuitive for a dating coach, right? Aren't I supposed to be focused on getting your boyfriend? Well, yeah, but part of the process of that is actually not to be so focused on, the end product of having a boyfriend that you lose focus on enjoying where you're at right now, that you stress yourself out, that you bring a negative mindset into dating, that you hold on too tight to the outcome. We've got to really fix your outlook and perspective around dating to get you different results. So, ironically, enjoying being single actually helps you to get into a relationship faster. The analogy I always give for this is if you were backpacking around Australia and you're like 21 and you've just like, I don't know, there's really hunky, surfy dudes going down the beach and you've got all this intrigue and it's exciting and you've got your like girlfriends with you. It's like no one worries about being single under those circumstances. You're like, well, life is fun. There's all these opportunities. I'm abundant. I've got like great. I'm getting my needs met through my friendship group. There's all these cool, exciting opportunities. And then obviously what happens is as time goes on and those opportunities don't bear fruit, like they don't turn out to be the person that you wanted to ultimately meet, and then your friends start to get coupled up, and slowly that like pleasure island or fun island of being single starts to shrink. It's like actually your world can start to feel smaller and smaller. So instead, we want to learn how to enjoy being single and get back to that space. So I'm also big on teaching you how you can be more accountable for your dating life. So it's like, how do you take more agency and take more control of this area of your life rather than just letting it slip by? So that's what we're going to be focusing on today with a few exercises around that. So, as I mentioned before, we want to go to creating some abundance. And I'm just going to run through some simple stuff that you can do to start meeting more men. And obviously, that's only part of the puzzle, right? Because you also have to engage with them in the right way, know what you're looking for, filter people out, spend enough time getting to know him for not too long. So, I'm not saying this is the be all and end all of dating, but feeling like you've got some choices there certainly helps. And again, if you want to know more about this or you want to hear more advice on how to get in those really good mindsets around dating, subscribe to my channel because there's a whole like series of videos that I've done on this particular topic. So check those out. So in terms of getting abundance in real life, this could be as simple as changing up how you are spending your time. So I want you to think of it like if you keep walking down the same path, to sound a bit like a bizarre foraging analogy, you're trying to like look for new berries on the trees, but you've already walked down that path like 20 times and all the berries have been picked and you're looking at one that's been squished into the floor and thinking, will that do? Instead, you need to start creating new routes in your life to meet new people. That could be, and is certainly not limited to, asking friends and even distant friends for setups. My sister-in-law, she met her husband. She literally sat down at a business meeting, and I wouldn't necessarily advise this doing this all the time, but she obviously knew the woman and felt a degree of rapport with her and was just like, do you know any guys that are like this, this, and this? An intro email later, 1 year after that, married, they've got children. It's great. They've got the intro email framed on their wall. So I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but remember, we're not here to be dismissive. We're here to be open-minded about how stuff could possibly go right rather than all the ways it could go wrong. It could be that you start to join different social activities. So there could be some, for instance, whether it's like army fitness boot camp, rowing clubs, running clubs. There's going to be some stuff there that's distinctly male orientated, kickboxing, bouldering, like, can you get yourself to one of those places where you could meet guys in their spare time? I'd say this also as a coach that works with men. Often single men will feel like they do not have that much of a social circle to support them as they're trying to meet a partner. These are guys in their 30s and 40s. They also have lost friends coming out of university. They really would love to meet someone. It's not happening for them at the moment. Because of that, you need to kind of think solitary, independent male actor. What's he doing with all his spare time? And fitness is a pretty solid shout. It could also be that you do your shopping more in person, head out down to Whole Foods, or you look at co-working spaces or cool trendy coffee shops where people go with their laptops. Let's get creative here. As you can tell, I'm a bit passionate about teaching women to meet men in real life. It's one of the specialities of my coaching and what we do at Hayley Quinn. So if that intrigues you, head over to hayleyquinn.com/real love, and you get loads of cool information there on how you can start to meet men in real life. Apps. I know you might be fed up of apps right now, but there's going to be ways you can make your profile better, guaranteed. Like I go through a lot of people's dating profiles and optimize them for them. And I don't think I've ever seen a profile where there hasn't been something that we could be doing better. So think of photos and how well presented those photos are. I know some dating coaches out there say that as a woman, you just need one photo. No, like to build trust with someone, you need at least 3 or 4 good photos of yourself. You need to be clearly visible. The photo should be high resolution and you shouldn't be wearing sunglasses and hats in all your pictures. They should show some of your lifestyle. So some of the stuff, eating brunch at a cool cafe, or walking through the park, or playing a sport, or, hanging out with your nieces and nephews, or whatever your thing that you love to do is. Let's make sure that's communicated well through your profile, that all your pictures look really approachable, that they're really new photos, that you're smiling and engaging with camera, and that also that you've written a profile. It doesn't have to be super long, but it should have personality in it. So read your profile out. This is my challenge to you today. Read your profile out loud and think, does that sound more like something someone wrote on LinkedIn, or does that sound warm and friendly and inviting and intriguing? If it's not hitting that mark, you want to create a profile that when you read it out loud, that you get those personal qualities coming through. And if you want more details on how to do that, I've got so many videos on this on my channel. So just subscribe, head over to my channel, check those out. I'm sure I can also put some helpful links beneath this video. It's not just also about putting yourself out there to meet more people, because all of that all that kind of falls apart if you then don't turn up as the person that you want to date. So yes, dating can be incredibly demotivating. Sometimes it can drain your energy. But if you start to cancel on dates, if you become inconsistent, if you reschedule things all the time, if you don't allow enough time for your dates and you feel like stressed out just trying to attend to them, it's not going to work for you either. So again, the key part of dating here is create dates where you're going to experience ease. They should be easy for you to attend. So go to one that is like not super far from where you live, that's going to be a mutually convenient location, that takes up a nice amount of time, like 1 to 2 hours, but not so much time that if it doesn't pan out, it makes you feel like it was a waste of time. Do activities that you enjoy. So don't feel like you have to be limited to just grabbing drinks with someone. If you'd like to go to a yoga class or go to a food market or anything, go and do that. Go and choose dates to go on that you would enjoy going on anyway, like even if they didn't, even if they don't work out. Also remember that he has probably gone on his own journey of difficulty in the area of dating. And if he senses you being flaky or inconsistent, then a lot of the most really ready for relationship guys will be turned off by that behavior. It won't be like, wow, she's so aloof and intriguing. It will actually be like, whoa, like, this is actually too difficult, or she's kind of, I don't feel like she really respects me, and perhaps she's not in the right headspace for a relationship herself. So there's a balance to be struck here between not canceling all your plans just to meet a guy and maintaining things in your life that make you feel secure, not being constantly on, WhatsApp or on your dating apps every second of the day. Like, be present to what you're doing, be naturally busy, be naturally present, be naturally not over investing in the interaction with him before you get to know him. But don't tip the balance to being so aloof and so inconsistent that you can never see the results that you want. So you also, all those qualities that you'd like to see in him, you have to think, am I showing up for that myself? And when it comes to what you're looking for in a partner, if you've got a list, look at it and just think, am I honestly, hand on heart, is that how I am showing up in the dating process myself at the moment? So again, this comes down a little bit to being more accountable for thinking, how can I lean into this process more? How can I try a bit harder again. How can I remotivate? And that might be hard to hear because you might feel like, oh God, like I've tried everything, I'm drained, I can't possibly try anymore. But I think again, it's about getting back to a place where dating can start to become more enjoyable. And a key part of that is creating a support network. If all of your friends right now are in cozy relationships, first of all, you need to rustle those friends up and remind them that your needs are also valid. Can they, instead of meeting you for a coffee or brunch, could you go and grab a drink at some like buzzy bar? Could they go with you to like bouldering so it doesn't feel too scary to start to meet people? Could they even do you a solid and go to speed dating with you if you need someone to help you out? Like, people will support you, and you also need to look to create new relationships right now, new relationships of people who want the same goals. Like, a really key thing that we like to do at Hayley Quinn is try and introduce people we work with to one another so that they feel like it's like, wow, actually I'm not alone. There's other people who I really respect and like, who are also at the same stage in their life, who want the same things, and suddenly I feel a lot more supported. So you need to start to rebuild. It doesn't even have to be a girl gang, it can be an anyone gang. It's just supportive social relationships. And also be very cautious of toxic friendships in the area of dating. If someone is telling you, they're always giving you advice that like belittles you, that you don't, that doesn't vibe with you, that you feel actually that they're slightly put down by them, that they oversimplify your dating life. They're always trying to take your dating app and message on your behalf, or anything like that, or they're always setting up with blind dates with people that are just totally wrong for you. Stop right there. The relationship you need to examine here is actually the friendship. Make sure you have supportive friendships. In order for dating to feel fun again and for you to enjoy being single, you need to find people that are on that journey. So again, as well as looking, for instance, if you particularly would like to meet female friends around this, if you go somewhere and it's like a lot of women and you're like, okay, there's no men to meet, that isn't a negative thing. Actually, can you make friends with some of these women? First of all, they'll probably have male friends that, there's a whole other social circle there that you haven't met. And fundamentally, they'll be better placed to help you and to team up with you to give you some of the support you need to go the journey here. Because a lot of dating, yes, it's about creating abundance of opportunities. Yes, it's about having a great process, but it's almost inevitable that because someone you'd want to commit to for a longer period of time is going to be someone relatively special, um, it's not likely to be the next date you go on. All right, it's not impossible. It'd be nice if it happened, but it's not likely. So because of that, you've got to think, well, for the next however many months this is going to, weeks, months, years this is going to take me, how am I going to really enjoy that? How can I make this time as enjoyable as possible? How can I find it motivating? If you do want more advice on meeting men in real life, I would highly advise you head over to hayleyquinn.com/real love. The link is below here in this video. That is one of my specialities. I also do loads of live webinars and coaching. We are a small team, so we never share or your details or send you any spammy junk. It's like literally, it just, if you want to come for the dating advice, come for the dating advice. If you're in it to win it, if you're ready to be accountable, I would love to hear from you. Make sure you join up. And as I said, if you're liking this video series, there's quite a few, so check out my YouTube channel, subscribe. There's going to be more of the videos you want right there.